Ladies and gentlemen, seekers of truth and abundance, hear this today. You were not born to chase. You were born to attract. Money is not hiding from you. Money is listening to you. It leans toward your words. It obeys your language. It responds to your declarations. Too many walk through life crying out, "I never have enough. It's hard to make ends meet. Money slips through my hands." And the universe, faithful to your command, replies, "So it shall be." But I say to you today, change the command. Stop chasing money with desperation and fear. Instead, let your words become a royal decree. Speak as a king, as a queen, as one with authority over wealth itself. Say with boldness, "Money flows to me freely and endlessly. I am a magnet for prosperity. Opportunities seek me out. Supply rushes to my door." Do you see the difference? One who chases looks tired, weary, begging for scraps. But one who attracts stands tall, calm, confident, knowing that money has no choice but to follow. Your words are invisible servants. They go before you, preparing the way, arranging the circumstances, whispering to opportunities, calling resources into your hands. Every morning when you rise, ask yourself, what am I commanding today? If you complain, you summon lack. If you bless, you summon wealth. If you curse money, money flees. If you honor money with words of respect and gratitude, money multiplies in your life. Do not say, "I can't afford." Say instead, "The money I need comes to me in perfect time and perfect ways." Do not say, "I am always broke." Say instead, "I live in a constant flow of abundance, and money finds me with ease." The greatest secret is this: words are magnets. They do not merely describe your reality, they create it. You do not attract by effort, you attract by vibration, and your vibration is set by your words. So I challenge you today, stop the endless chase. End the struggle. Let your language rise higher. Let your words align with prosperity. Speak life into your finances. Speak wealth into your business. Speak overflow into your home. And as you do, watch how doors open. Watch how resources flow. Watch how money, like a faithful servant, comes running at the sound of your voice. The day you stop chasing and start attracting is the day money begins to chase you. Every word spoken is not just sound. It is a vibration, a pulse of energy that carries intention into the universe. Money, like everything else in creation, is energy, and energy responds to vibration. Words are the carriers of this vibration. They are more than expressions of thought. They are commands, signals, decrees that shape the very environment in which we live. When you speak of lack, when you repeat phrases of worry and insufficiency, you weave an invisible net that traps you in scarcity. But when you speak words of abundance, when your language is infused with wealth and prosperity, you set in motion a law that begins to draw money toward you as surely as a magnet draws metal. This is the law of words and money. It is often said that actions speak louder than words, but this is a misunderstanding of the deeper laws of life. Actions are important, but actions themselves are born from words. Every decision, every movement, every plan begins first with the invisible words spoken in the silence of the mind. The person who constantly mutters to themselves, "I never have enough, I can't make it, money is always slipping away," is creating a seedbed of failure. Out of that soil grows weak actions, desperate attempts, half-hearted moves, because the ground has been poisoned by the language of lack. In contrast, the one who declares boldly, "I live in abundance, money flows to me easily, every need I have is supplied," waters the soil of their mind with words of increase. Out of that ground grow confident actions, decisive steps, and bold opportunities, because the atmosphere has been fertilized with the vibration of prosperity. Money is not a random occurrence, a mysterious accident that appears for some and vanishes for others. Money is obedient to the words you consistently speak. Think of it like a loyal servant that is awaiting instructions. If you continually command, "Stay away from me, I can't hold on to you, you are too hard to find," Money listens faithfully and follows the command, it stays away. If you, however, command, "Come to me, multiply in my life, flow through me with ease," money, like a servant eager to please, begins to appear, to show up in unexpected channels, to increase and expand because the order has been given. Some people live under the illusion that words are empty, that they are mere sounds without power. Yet, history and life itself teach otherwise. Wars have begun with words. Peace treaties have ended wars through words. Kingdoms have risen and fallen on speeches. A single sentence spoken in the right moment can inspire revolutions, change destinies, and alter the future of nations. If words carry such weight in the affairs of humanity, how much more in the intimate flow of money in your personal life? The vibration you release when you speak is not confined to airwaves. It enters the unseen, travels in the realm of energy, and shapes the conditions that money responds to. Consider the atmosphere you create around yourself with your language. Walk into the home of one who always complains about bills, who continually sighs over how expensive everything is, and you will feel the heaviness in the air. It is as though a cloud of scarcity hangs in every room. That atmosphere repels money because money cannot thrive where it is cursed. Now, walk into the home of one who speaks with gratitude, who says with joy, "Everything I need is always provided. Money comes to me at the right time. I am grateful for the supply in my life." And you will feel the difference immediately. There is a lightness, an openness, a fertile field in which prosperity grows. Money is drawn to this atmosphere, for money follows the vibration of praise and gratitude. The law of words and money is impartial. It does not favor one person over another. It is not about luck, chance, or privilege. It is about alignment. Just as the law of gravity pulls equally on everyone, so the law of words and money responds equally to all who engage it. The poor man who curses money will continue to repel it. The wealthy woman who blesses money and speaks of it as a loyal friend will continue to attract it. The universe is no respecter of persons, but it unfailingly respects vibration, and words set vibration into motion. Think of the farmer who plants seeds. If he plants corn, he does not expect wheat to grow. He knows the soil will only give him what he has spoken through his seeds. Words are seeds in the soil of the mind and spirit. If you plant words of poverty, if every day you sow sentences like, "I can't afford this," "I never have enough," "Life is unfair," do not be surprised when your harvest is meager, when your fields look barren. But if you plant words of increase, if every day you sow declarations like, "Money is abundant," "Money is flowing," "My needs are always met," then the soil of the universe will yield accordingly. The harvest will be plenty because the seeds were powerful. You may wonder, how can words alone bring money? But look carefully. Words direct attention, attention directs belief, belief directs action, and action opens the channel through which money flows. Words are the first cause. They set the chain in motion. Without words, belief is weak. Without belief, action is timid. Without action, results are scarce. It all begins with the words that you choose to speak. They are the architects of your reality, the builders of your financial house, the designers of your prosperity. The one who understands this law lives differently. They do not waste words on complaining. They do not curse their finances. They speak life into their bank accounts. They bless their income streams. They call forth unexpected money. They speak favor over opportunities. And because they do this consistently, their life reflects it. Checks arrive in the mail, doors open suddenly, promotions come, clients appear, ideas blossom into businesses because the atmosphere has been prepared by words of increase. The law of words and money is not mystical in the sense of being unreachable. It is practical. If you consistently say, "I never have enough money," your mind will only notice situations that prove this true. You will ignore opportunities, overlook blessings, and sabotage chances because your words have trained your perception. But if you consistently say, money is everywhere and I always receive my share. Then your mind begins to notice possibilities, your eyes open to solutions, your heart is quickened to take bold steps, and money begins to show up. What changed? The words. This law asks you to take responsibility for your speech, to guard your mouth as you would guard a treasure chest, to weigh your sentences as though they were gold, to recognize that every time you speak, you are creating. Every time you affirm, you are commanding. Every time you declare, you are attracting. The careless speaker is the careless creator. The conscious speaker is the conscious attractor. Money, like a faithful companion, follows the one who speaks with power, clarity, and certainty. The truth is simple yet profound. Words are not cheap. They are the most expensive resource you own because they determine whether you live in lack or live in abundance. They are the bridge between thought and manifestation. They are the channel through which energy becomes matter. When it comes to money, words are the key, the magnet, the command that unlocks the flow. If you desire wealth, begin not with labor, but with language. Begin not with chasing, but with speaking. Begin not with fear, but with faith-filled words. And as you align your speech with abundance, money cannot help but respond, for it is bound to obey the law of words. The struggle for money has become the story of countless lives. People rise early, work long hours, chase after one opportunity after another, and yet the sense of lack clings to them like a shadow. They fight, they strive, they exhaust themselves, believing that only through struggle can they secure their survival. But life was never meant to be a battlefield where money is the enemy to be conquered. Money is not hiding, money is not scarce, money is not running away from you. The struggle is an illusion created by fear and reinforced by words of lack. When you stop struggling and begin to flow, money comes not as a cruel master, but as a willing servant, ready to obey your call. Consider the river. The river does not struggle to move forward. It flows naturally, effortlessly, finding its path with grace and persistence. Even when it meets a rock, it does not fight in frustration. It simply flows around it, continuing its journey. That is the way money is meant to flow in your life. Money responds not to frantic grasping, but to the ease of alignment. When you are aligned, when your words and beliefs are in harmony with abundance, money begins to move toward you without the strain of desperate effort. You no longer chase, you attract. Chasing creates resistance. Imagine holding a butterfly in your hand. If you chase it wildly, you crush its wings. But if you sit still, calm and open, the butterfly may land gently on your shoulder. Money is like that butterfly. The more you chase it with fear and anxiety, the further it seems to fly from you. The more you relax, trust, and align your words with prosperity, the more money comes gently, naturally, without resistance. So many people speak from struggle. They say, I have to work so hard for every penny, or it's a constant fight just to keep up with my bills. And life, like a mirror, reflects their words back to them. The struggle continues because the struggle is spoken. The endless chase continues because the language of chasing fills their daily conversations. But what happens when you change the words? What happens when you say, money flows to me with ease, I am in harmony with wealth? Abundance comes to me in perfect ways. The atmosphere shifts, the energy around you changes, the chase ends and the flow begins. To stop struggling, you must first change your inner dialogue. Listen to the quiet words you repeat to yourself when no one else is listening. Do you say, I'll never get ahead? I'm always behind. It's so hard to make money. These words are chains binding you to a life of struggle. Break the chains with words of release. Money comes to me freely. I am always supported. The universe is abundant and I share in that abundance. As you change the inner script, the outer picture changes. Opportunities that once passed unnoticed now stand clear before you. Doors that seemed locked suddenly swing open. What changed? Not the world outside, but but the flow inside. The flow is about trust. It is about knowing that you are not separate from abundance but a part of it. Just as the ocean is vast and unending, so is the supply of money and resources in the universe. To struggle is to act as though the ocean were drying up. To flow is to realize that you are already swimming in the endless sea of provision. The ocean is not running out, and you need not chase after every drop. You need only align yourself with the tide, let it carry you, let it provide for you. When you stop the struggle, you conserve energy. You stop wasting your strength on fear and desperation, and you redirect that strength into creative vision and inspired action. The mind that is at rest, the heart that trusts, the mouth that speaks words of ease, this is the ground in which prosperity grows. In this state, money is not pursued, it is welcomed. Money is not fought for, it is received. Think of those who always seem to have more than enough. They are not always the hardest workers. In fact, some appear to work less, but they flow with ease. Their secret is not labor, but alignment. They speak of opportunities, they speak of blessings, they speak of money as if it were their friend, and so it becomes their friend. They do not complain of endless struggle, and so they do not live in endless struggle. Their words place them in the stream of abundance, and the stream carries them forward without resistance. This shift from struggle to flow is available to anyone at any time. It begins with the decision to stop chasing, to stop speaking the language of effort and desperation, and to begin speaking the language of attraction and ease. It is not laziness, it is alignment. It is not passivity, it is trust. It is the understanding that frantic chasing closes doors while peaceful attraction opens them. To flow is to move in harmony with life itself. To flow is to trust that money is not your enemy but your ally. To flow is to stand firm in the belief that words create, and so you choose words that create wealth, ease, and joy. As you begin to speak differently, you feel differently. As you feel differently, you act differently. And as you act differently, money flows differently, easily, gracefully, abundantly. Stop chasing. Stop running in circles, wearing yourself out, speaking words of struggle and lack. Instead, step into the flow. Speak words of abundance, words of trust, words of ease. Allow money to come, for it will come, just as the river flows to the sea, just as the tide returns to the shore. Struggle ends when flow begins, and when flow begins, abundance follows swiftly behind. Words are not just sounds. Words are living forces that create invisible atmospheres around us. Every time you open your mouth, you are shaping the air you walk in. Speak fear, and you thicken the atmosphere with heaviness and limitation. Speak faith, and you fill the atmosphere with light and expansion. Words are not idle. They build an unseen climate, and that climate becomes the environment in which your money, your opportunities, and your blessings either grow strong or wither away. Imagine stepping into a room where someone has just been arguing, even if the argument has ended. You feel the tension in the air. No one has to tell you. The words spoken have left their imprint. Now imagine walking into a room where people have been laughing, blessing one another, celebrating life. You feel lifted just by being there. The words spoken created two very different atmospheres, one of conflict, the other of joy. This is what happens in your own life. The atmosphere you carry with you is born from the words you repeatedly speak, whether out loud or silently in your heart. Money responds to atmosphere. Walk into the home of someone who constantly complains, "Life is too expensive, bills are killing me, I never have enough." You will sense a weight in the air, an invisible resistance. That atmosphere pushes money away because money cannot thrive where it is cursed. Now walk into the home of someone who declares, "I am always provided for, abundance surrounds me, money flows to me in surprising ways." You will sense openness and expectancy. That atmosphere welcomes money, and money flows easily where it is honored. Words are like the fragrance of a flower. They may be invisible, but they create a field that either attracts or repels. A rose does not have to chase bees. It simply radiates fragrance and the bees come. In the same way, you do not need to chase money when your words create the fragrance of abundance. Money, like bees to a flower, will come naturally to the atmosphere you radiate. Think of your daily speech. Do you curse your job by saying, "This job never pays enough, I'm sick of this place"? If so, you are creating an atmosphere of lack and your financial growth will suffocate in it. Or do you bless it by saying, "This job is a stepping stone and money flows to me through many channels"? In that case, you create an atmosphere of increase, and new opportunities for money will find you because the air around you is fertile. The atmosphere of words is not confined to your home or workplace. It travels with you. People can feel it when you walk into a room. They may not know what you've been saying, but they feel the vibration of it. If you have been speaking lack and struggle, they sense desperation, and opportunities shy away. If you have been speaking abundance and gratitude, they sense confidence, and opportunities are drawn to you. Money itself responds in the same way. It gravitates toward confidence, gratitude, and openness. It withdraws from fear, resentment, and complaint. Consider how you speak about money itself. If you say, "Money is hard to get," you create an atmosphere of resistance. If you say, "Money is a faithful servant that always finds its way to me," you create an atmosphere of welcome. The first atmosphere is heavy and closed. The second is light and open. Money flows into the open, not into the closed. The atmosphere you create also affects those around you. Speak abundance in your household, and your children grow up expecting prosperity. Speak scarcity, and they inherit the atmosphere of struggle. Your words are not only shaping your own reality, but setting the stage for generations to come. This is why it is so important to guard your speech. You are not merely talking, you are building climates that others will breathe in. Even silent words, the ones you whisper inside your mind, contribute to your atmosphere. If your inner language is filled with complaints and fears, that energy radiates outward and others can sense it. But if your inner dialogue is filled with affirmations of wealth, gratitude, and trust, that radiates too, creating an aura of attraction. Your atmosphere speaks louder than your lips. So the question is not whether you are creating an atmosphere with your words. You are. The question is, what kind of atmosphere are you creating? Is it one that attracts or one that repels? Is it one that opens doors or one that shuts them? Every word is a brushstroke painting the unseen air around you. Every sentence is a note in the symphony that money hears as it decides where to flow. Speak as one who knows the atmosphere of words is real. Bless your finances, bless your work, bless your opportunities. Create an atmosphere so rich, so open, so full of expectancy, that money cannot resist but be drawn into your life. Stop cursing your circumstances with careless talk. Begin blessing your future with deliberate speech. For the invisible atmosphere you build today with your words becomes the financial reality you will walk in tomorrow. Faith in spoken words is the golden key that unlocks the vault of abundance. Words without faith are like arrows without a bow. They may exist, but they lack the power to fly. Faith is the breath behind the word, the invisible force that charges language with magnetic energy. When you speak with faith, you are not merely saying something. You are commanding creation itself. You are declaring with authority that what you speak must take form, and the universe, ever obedient to faith-filled speech, begins to rearrange itself to fulfill your decree. Faith is not wishful thinking. Faith is certainty, confidence, conviction. It is standing on the unseen as if it were already seen, speaking of the invisible as though it were already tangible. When someone says, "I am rich," but in their heart they laugh with doubt, their words fall to the ground powerless. But when another says, "I am rich," with the fire of faith burning behind the words, those syllables vibrate with creative force. They go forth like soldiers on a mission, arranging circumstances, drawing opportunities, opening doors, and calling money from unexpected places. Faith gives words their wings. So many people speak without faith, and they wonder why nothing changes. They repeat affirmations like parrots, muttering them mechanically, but the heart is absent. They say the words, but inside they carry fear and disbelief. And life responds not to empty words, but to the vibration behind them. Faithless words are noise. Faith-filled words are commands. The difference is everything. Faith does not deny reality, but it speaks a higher reality. You may see bills, but with faith you say, every need is already met. You may see an empty account, but with faith you say, money flows to me in perfect ways. Faith looks beyond the evidence of the moment and declares the evidence of the unseen. And in time, the unseen becomes seen, the invisible becomes visible, the spoken word clothed in faith becomes flesh before your eyes. Think of the farmer planting seeds. If he sows but doubts the soil, saying, nothing will grow, the ground is dead, the harvest will never come. Even though he planted, his disbelief will poison his effort. He may abandon the field, neglect the watering, and walk away before the miracle of growth. But the farmer who plants with faith waters daily, tends the soil, waits patiently, and expects the harvest. The harvest does not come because he planted words alone. It comes because he planted with faith. So it is with your words about money. Speak them with faith, water them with gratitude, and expect the harvest of abundance. Faith in spoken words transforms the very tone of your voice. Speak with doubt and your words tremble. Speak with faith and your words carry weight. People can feel it when you believe what you say. They sense the certainty and their hearts are moved. Opportunities are drawn not to timid voices but to confident ones. Even money itself gravitates to faith-filled speech because faith resonates with the law of abundance. Faith also silences fear. Fear is the greatest enemy of prosperity because fear is faith in the wrong direction. Fear says, what if I fail? What if I lose? What if there is not enough? Faith says, I cannot fail. I cannot lose. I always have enough. Both fear and faith are unseen, but both create. Fear-filled words create lack, while faith-filled words create supply. The choice is yours. Each day, you must decide whether you will let fear fuel your speech or faith charge your declarations. Do not underestimate the small acts of faith. Saying, I am wealthy, while holding a small coin is an act of faith. Saying, I am supported, while looking at a mountain of bills is an act of faith. Saying, money flows to me, when your account is empty is an act of faith. Each word of faith sows a seed into the unseen, and the unseen responds. Life bends to the authority of faith. The world cannot resist a voice that speaks with certainty. The secret is to believe before you see. Most people say, I will believe it when I see it. But the law of words and money operates in reverse. You will see it when you believe it. Believe the abundance is yours now, speak it as yours now, and then watch it appear. This is not fantasy, this is law. Just as surely as gravity pulls, faith-filled words pull money into your orbit. If you want to test this, begin small. Speak with faith over a small need. This week, unexpected money comes to me. Hold that word with faith, not doubt. Watch with expectation, not fear. When it arrives, your faith grows stronger. Then speak with faith over larger matters. I am a magnet for wealth. Money flows to me in ever-increasing amounts. As you practice, faith grows, and your words carry greater force. Soon, you are not testing the law. You are living it. Faith in spoken words does not only change money, it changes you. It lifts your posture, brightens your tone, and strengthens your spirit. You no longer walk as one begging for scraps, but as one declaring authority over abundance. You no longer mutter weak phrases of hope, but you proclaim bold statements of certainty. And as you transform, your financial life transforms with you. Remember this, words are the seed, but faith is the water. Without faith, your words dry up, shrivel, and die. With faith, they sprout, grow, and produce a harvest of abundance. When you speak with faith, the universe must respond. When you declare with certainty, money must obey. When you release words infused with belief, the flow of wealth is inevitable. Fear is the great thief of abundance. It slips into your language unnoticed and quietly poisons your atmosphere. Every time you say, "I can't afford this," or "money never stays with me," or "I'm always broke," you are not just expressing a feeling. You are issuing a command. Words born of fear are orders to the universe, instructions to your own subconscious, decrees that shape your reality. When you speak them, you are planting weeds in the garden of your life. And then you wonder why the harvest is barren, why opportunities dry up, why money seems to run from you. It is because fear-filled words repel prosperity. But here lies the truth. Just as fear-filled words repel, power-filled words attract. The moment you replace words of fear with words of power, the atmosphere shifts. Money, opportunities, and blessings are drawn to you like iron to a magnet. Your words are not empty. They carry the vibration of your belief. If you believe in fear, your words create walls. If you believe in power, your words create doors. And the doors that open through words of power are the very gates through which abundance flows. So how do you replace words of fear with words of power? First, you must become aware of the fear that hides in your speech. Most people speak lack without realizing it. They mutter phrases like, "It's too expensive," "I'll never get ahead," "Life is unfair." These phrases may seem casual, but every word is a seed. Every repetition waters the seed until it grows into towering trees of lack. To uproot them, you must catch yourself. Listen to your own language. When you hear fear disguised as casual talk, stop it at once. Do not let it escape your mouth unchallenged. Replace it with a declaration of power. Instead of "I can't afford this," say, "Money comes to me easily for everything I need." Instead of "Money never stays with me," say, "I am a magnet for money and wealth multiplies in my hands." Instead of "I'm always broke," say, "I live in an endless flow of prosperity." Do you feel the difference? The first set of phrases makes you a beggar. The second makes you a creator. The first robs you of confidence. The second clothes you with authority. Fearful words drain your energy. Powerful words electrify your spirit. Replacing fear with power is not pretending. It is choosing which law you will align with. Fear is faith in lack. Power is faith in abundance. Both are invisible. Both are creative. Both manifest their nature. If you continue to speak fear, lack will multiply. If you consistently speak power, abundance will multiply. The law is simple, impartial, and unfailing. When you speak words of power, you are not begging money to come. You are commanding it. You are calling it into alignment with your life. Money, being energy, responds to energy. It does not respond to begging or pleading. It responds to authority. And authority is expressed through words of power. Think of a general commanding an army. He does not say timidly, "Maybe you could move forward." He declares boldly, "March," and the soldiers obey. In the same way, your words must be spoken with conviction. Speak to money as though it is a loyal servant eager to obey your command. Say, "Money, you are drawn to me now. You flow into my life freely and endlessly. You multiply in my hands. You serve my highest good." And watch how life begins to respond. Fear-filled words also shape your emotions. Say, "I can't afford this," often enough, and soon you will feel small, weak, and defeated. Say, "Money flows to me with ease," often enough, and you will feel confident, bold, and expectant. The feelings you carry radiate outward, shaping your actions and your results. Replace the words, and you replace the feelings. Replace the feelings, and you replace the reality. It takes discipline to retrain your speech. At first, you may catch yourself many times a day speaking out of fear, but do not be discouraged. Every correction is progress. Each time you replace a fear-filled phrase with a power-filled declaration, you are reprogramming your subconscious, shifting your vibration, and aligning yourself with prosperity. Over time, words of power become natural. They roll off your tongue with ease, and fear-filled words sound foreign, unnatural, even offensive to you. That is when you know the transformation is complete. The old language of lack has been uprooted, and the new language of power has taken root. Do not underestimate the power of a single sentence. A fearful sentence can close doors for years. A powerful sentence can open them in an instant. One declaration, spoken with faith, can change the course of your finances forever. Say it, believe it, repeat it, and watch the world rearrange itself to match your words. Fear says, there is not enough. Power says, there is always more than enough. Fear says, I will lose. Power says, I always win. Fear says, money is hard to get. Power says, money flows to me with ease. Fear says, I am weak. Power says, I am strong, I am abundant, I am blessed. Choose which voice you will let shape your life. The day you replace words of fear with words of power is the day you stop repelling money and start attracting it. The atmosphere changes, the energy shifts, the doors open. Money, once running from you, now runs to you. It cannot resist the call of power, and your words, spoken with faith and authority, are the irresistible call. Money is not a mystery, it is not an enemy, it is not a stranger. Money is energy, and energy obeys command. Just as the wind shifts when directed by the sails, just as water flows when guided by channels, so too does money move when it is commanded with authority. Too many people treat money as if it were a tyrant, unpredictable and uncontrollable, coming and going as it pleases. But the truth is far more empowering. Money is a servant, and it obeys the one who knows how to speak with authority. Every word you speak is a command. If you say, I never have enough, you have given money its orders to stay away. If you declare money comes easily and abundantly, you have issued a decree for it to flow toward you. Words are not mere sound, they are law. The universe hears them, your subconscious records them, and money itself responds. To believe otherwise is to live as a beggar waiting for scraps. But to believe in the commanding power of your words is to live as a master who shapes circumstances by decree. Think of how creation itself began, with words. The spoken word ignited light, shaped form, called order from chaos. That same principle works in your finances. When you speak, you set unseen forces into motion. You may not see them instantly, but the command is obeyed the moment it is spoken with faith. Delay is not denial. It is simply the unseen aligning itself to deliver your decree. The mistake most people make is speaking in contradiction. One day they say, I am wealthy, but the next day they groan, I'm broke again. One moment they declare abundance, the next they lament lack. And the result is confusion, because energy cannot obey two masters. Money stands still, not knowing whether to come or go, because the commands cancel each other out. But when your words are consistent, unwavering, and infused with conviction, money has no choice but to obey. It is like a loyal servant awaiting instruction. It moves where you direct it. Your words must not be whispers of doubt, but declarations of certainty. Speak them boldly, as though you already command armies of wealth marching in your favor. Say, money is obedient to me. Money flows into my life in expected and unexpected ways. Money multiplies in my hands, it grows in my accounts, it blesses everything I touch. Do not say it as though you are asking. Say it as though you are commanding, for the tone of command carries authority. Authority comes from alignment. A king does not doubt his crown. He wears it and commands from it. In the same way, when you recognize that prosperity is your birthright, you stop pleading for money and begin commanding it. Pleading implies separation. Commanding affirms ownership. Money is not outside of you, teasing you, testing you. It is within reach, awaiting your order. Notice how your life changes when you speak with command. The opportunities you once overlooked begin to shine before you. The ideas you ignored suddenly feel urgent and clear. The people who can bless you appear in the right place at the right time. This is not coincidence, it is obedience. Money and its channels are rearranging themselves to follow your decree. Even when appearances seem contrary, do not retract your command. If your bank account looks empty, do not declare lack. Declare fullness, abundance, increase. If bills press on you, do not give them the final word. Speak with command. These bills are paid in full with ease. Money flows to cover them abundantly, and surplus remains. The more you speak command into apparent lack, the faster lack dissolves. You are not describing reality, you are creating it. Money is not disloyal. It does not choose to bless some and abandon others. It simply follows orders. It flows to those who command it with confidence, and it flees from those who speak of fear, doubt, and lack. If your words are orders, then your mouth is the throne from which wealth is directed. Use it with wisdom, use it with authority, use it with faith, and watch as money takes its rightful place at your service. Every word you speak surrounds you with a force, an invisible current that pulls or pushes. Words are not just sound, they are vibrations, and vibrations create fields. Just as a magnet draws iron without effort, so do your words create a magnetic field that attracts money, opportunities, and abundance, or repels them. You live inside the atmosphere of your own speech. The world does not press its conditions on you. Your words press conditions on the world. When you speak of lack, you generate a field of lack. It is as if a cloud forms around you, dimming your vision, weighing down your spirit, and blocking doors that might have opened. People sense it without knowing why. They feel the heaviness of your energy, and opportunities quietly slip past. You wonder why money avoids you, yet it is not avoiding. It is being repelled by the very words you utter. But when you speak words of abundance, everything changes. Your field becomes magnetic, glowing, irresistible. People feel drawn to you, even if they cannot explain why. Ideas spark, doors open, and money finds its way into your orbit. You no longer chase, because chasing implies weakness. Instead, you attract, because attraction is the natural law of a strong field. Your words are the current that generates that field. Consider how this works in simple daily speech. If you constantly say, "I can't afford it," you radiate restriction. People sense scarcity around you. Money slips further away. But if you declare, "Everything I need comes to me at the right time," you radiate confidence. The field around you whispers abundance, and life responds. You are not forcing circumstances. You are magnetizing them. The magnet does not chase iron, it simply is, and iron cannot resist. This is why discipline of speech is so crucial. A careless word weakens your field, while a deliberate declaration strengthens it. One moment of self-pity can dull your magnetism, but one bold affirmation can recharge it instantly. When you say, "I am a magnet for money," wealth is drawn to me from every direction. You are not just comforting yourself, you are amplifying your field, summoning the unseen currents of prosperity to gather around you. Magnetism is not visible to the eye, yet its effects are undeniable. Place a magnet near iron filings and watch them dance into order. In the same way, speak words of abundance and watch circumstances align themselves. What once felt scattered begins to move in your favor. What seemed random reveals its pattern. The field around you, built by your words, is arranging life to bless you. Do not underestimate the consistency required. A magnet loses its strength if it is not cared for, and your field weakens when you fall back into careless speech. You must feed it daily with powerful declarations. Say them aloud with conviction until the air around you feels charged with certainty. The more you speak abundance, the stronger your magnetic field becomes, and the easier it is for money to find you. Notice how people respond to your words. Speak in defeat, and you repel helpers. Speak in confidence, and doors open without knocking. Words not only create your field, they broadcast it. They signal to the world whether you are someone to invest in, to trust, to support. Your language announces your vibration, and your vibration determines your attraction. The secret is that you do not need to force money to come. You need only to strengthen your field. Money is already circulating, waiting for a home. It is looking for strong fields of abundance, confidence, and clarity. When your words generate such a field, money comes willingly, easily, joyfully. So guard your speech as you would guard a treasure chest, for it is the generator of your magnetic field. Speak only what you wish to attract. Let every word declare wealth, ease, and increase. Let your field grow so strong that money cannot help but obey its pull. You are not a chaser, you are a magnet, and your words are the current that makes it so. Doubt is the silent thief that robs people of their prosperity before it even arrives. Doubt whispers, what if it doesn't work? What if money never comes? What if I'm fooling myself? These whispers may seem harmless, but they are poison, for doubt weakens the very vibration you are sending out. A declaration spoken with power can ignite faith, but a single doubt left unchallenged can drain it dry. This is why silence is not enough. You cannot simply hope doubt will go away. Doubt must be silenced with declarations, bold words that leave no room for hesitation. When doubt rises in your mind, do not argue with it, do not negotiate with it, do not let it linger. Meet it instantly with a declaration. If doubt says, you will never have enough, answer with, I live in an endless flow of money and abundance. If doubt says, bills will crush you, declare, every bill is paid in full, on time, with surplus left over. If doubt whispers, prosperity is for others, not for you, respond, wealth belongs to me now. I am aligned with the law of abundance. This is not positive thinking, it is spiritual warfare. You are replacing a destructive vibration with a creative one, and you are doing it with authority. Declarations are not weak wishes. They are not timid hopes. They are weapons, sharp and mighty. They cut through fear, slice through worry, and silence the voice of doubt. A declaration must be spoken aloud, for words carry sound, and sound carries power. You cannot always silence doubt by thinking. You silence it by speaking. The tongue is the sword, and with it you carve out the reality you choose. There will be moments when doubt feels louder than your faith. Those are the very moments when you must speak the loudest. Do not retreat into silence, for silence is the ally of doubt. Declare boldly, even if your feelings tremble. Speak as though the whole universe is listening, because it is. Your declaration is not only for you. It is a command to the unseen forces that shape your life. The habit of declarations builds strength over time. At first, doubt may return again and again, like waves against the shore. But each time you declare, you build a wall of faith. Each time you speak, you strengthen your magnetic field. Soon, the voice of doubt grows faint, while the voice of authority thunders within you. Doubt cannot survive in an atmosphere filled with constant declarations of power. Declarations also rewire the mind. Every time you say, I am wealthy, you are carving a new pathway in your brain. Every time you declare, money flows to me with ease, you are programming your subconscious to expect abundance. Doubt may knock at the door, but the subconscious, filled with powerful commands, no longer lets it in. You become trained to think abundance, feel abundance, and attract abundance automatically. Remember this. Money does not respond to doubt. It responds to command. If you waver, you delay. If you hesitate, you repel. But when you declare with faith, you release a vibration that money cannot resist. You are not begging for prosperity. You are authorizing it. You are issuing the decree, and the decree must be fulfilled. So never let doubt speak the last word in your life. Interrupt it, override it, silence it with declarations. Let your words roar louder than your fear. Let your affirmations blaze brighter than your uncertainty. Every declaration you speak is a seed of faith planted in the soil of the universe, and the harvest is inevitable. Speak it, believe it, repeat it, and watch as abundance answers your call. To speak as if it is already done is to step into the highest law of creation. You do not wait for money to appear before you declare it yours. You declare it yours, and by that declaration, you call it forth. Words spoken in the present tense are not hopes for tomorrow. They are commands that shape today. When you say, I will be rich, you push wealth into a future that never arrives. But when you say, I am rich now, you collapse time itself. You summon the reality into the present, and the universe must rearrange itself to obey your word. Most people sabotage their prosperity by speaking in delay. They say, one day I'll succeed, or soon I'll be debt-free, or eventually money will come. These words place abundance just out of reach, always ahead, never here. And so life reflects that vibration. Money remains just out of reach, success always one day away. But the truth is that creation answers to the now. What you speak as present is what you magnetize into existence. When you declare, I am abundant, you step into abundance even before the evidence appears, and because you hold that position with conviction, the evidence must eventually appear to match your declaration. The world is simply catching up to the vibration you already carry. This is why great creators speak as though the thing is already theirs. They do not say, I will have it. They say, it is done. To speak as if it is already done requires faith. Faith is the substance of things not yet seen, the certainty that what you declare has already been granted. When you align your words with this faith, you no longer sound like a beggar. You sound like an owner. There is a tone of authority, of confidence, of finality. You do not ask the universe if it might be possible. You announce that it already is. And the universe, being obedient to law, aligns itself with your announcement. This is why affirmations must always be in the present tense. Say, I am wealthy, and not I will be wealthy. Say, money flows to me now, and not money will come someday. Say, I live in abundance, and not I hope for abundance. Each present tense declaration anchors your vibration in the reality you choose, and that vibration magnetizes money to you without delay. It may feel strange at first. Your senses will argue. Your eyes may see an empty wallet, your ears may hear the cry of unpaid bills, your heart may feel the weight of lack. But your words are not meant to describe appearances, they are meant to create new appearances. Speak not of what is seen, but of what is true in spirit. The unseen is greater than the seen, and your words are the bridge that brings the unseen into the visible. Hold steady in your speech. If you waver, you weaken the command. If you say, I am wealthy, but later mutter, I'm broke, you cancel your decree, the field becomes confused, and manifestation delays. But when your language is consistent, when you speak as if it is already done day after day, moment after moment, then reality has no choice but to bend to your word. Speaking as if it is already done also transforms your behavior. When you declare, I am abundant now, you begin to act like it. You walk with confidence, you make bold decisions, you seize opportunities, you give generously. And these actions reinforce your vibration, drawing even more abundance into your life. Words spark the belief, belief fuels the action, and action accelerates the manifestation. So discipline your tongue. Refuse to speak of waiting, of hoping, of delay. Speak only of the now. Declare wealth as present, prosperity as present, success as present. Say it as though it is already complete, because in the unseen it already is. Your words are the stamp of authority that seals it. When you speak as if it is already done, life rushes to deliver the evidence. And soon, what was once only spoken becomes the undeniable reality you live in. Gratitude in advance is the golden key that unlocks the vaults of wealth. To thank for what has not yet appeared is to declare that it already belongs to you. Gratitude is not a weak sentiment. It is a mighty signal to the universe, a vibration that announces completion. When you give thanks before you see the money, you are saying with authority, it is mine already, and I rejoice in it. And the universe, hearing that vibration, rushes to deliver what you have already celebrated. Most people wait to be grateful. They wait until the money arrives, until the debt is cleared, until the opportunity is visible. But that is not creation. That is reaction. True creation begins with thanksgiving in the unseen. Gratitude is not the fruit of abundance. It is the seed. And when you plant that seed in advance, the harvest must appear. When you rise in the morning, give thanks as though the money is already flowing into your life. Say, I am so grateful for the overflowing wealth that surrounds me. I thank life for the abundance that fills my accounts, the money that comes to me with ease, the prosperity that enriches every area of my life. Even if your hands are empty, speak as though they overflow. Gratitude does not wait for proof, it creates proof. Gratitude in advance also dissolves fear. Fear says, "What if it never comes?" Gratitude says, "It is already here." Fear trembles at uncertainty. Gratitude stands tall in certainty. The moment you give thanks, your vibration shifts from lack to possession. You no longer chase money. You welcome it. You no longer beg for supply. You celebrate it, and in that celebration, you draw it closer. There is a magnetic sweetness in gratitude. It softens resistance, it opens doors, it multiplies blessings. Have you noticed how people respond to genuine thanks? They feel seen, valued, honored, and they want to give more. The universe responds the same way. When you give thanks in advance, life feels your appreciation and pours out greater abundance. Gratitude multiplies whatever it touches. Make gratitude a daily practice. Each morning, declare thanks for wealth as if it already surrounds you. Each night, go to sleep with thanksgiving on your lips. Say, "I am grateful that money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. I am thankful that every bill is paid with ease. I rejoice in the prosperity that grows in my life." Let your gratitude be rich, detailed, and heartfelt. The more vividly you thank, the more quickly the reality appears. Gratitude in advance also trains your mind to see abundance everywhere. You begin to notice opportunities others overlook, blessings others ignore, doors others walk past. You see life as abundant, and so it becomes abundant. Gratitude is the lens that reveals hidden treasures and the magnet that pulls them to you. So never wait to be thankful. Do not postpone your gratitude until wealth is visible. Begin now. Speak thanks boldly, joyfully, consistently. Let gratitude be the song you sing before the manifestation, knowing that the manifestation must follow. Wealth is irresistibly drawn to the soul that rejoices in it before it arrives. Give thanks in advance, and the advance will become reality.